A gaming term recently became viral on China's social media. It's called execution threshold. And in the sociological term, it's more like the Alice threshold: asset limited, income constrained, employed. It often refers to the sudden plummet of a middle class person who fell into the poverty line due to things like unemployment or disease. All things could happen overnight without any prelude. Many middle-aged people shared a similar situation. No matter where you are, you've got a career to sustain, you've got family to support, especially you've got kids to feed until they graduate and start their own careers. And no matter how and where we are under the same global economic cycle, just with varying degrees of influence. People could be afraid of the Alice threshold, and things might be a little bit different here in China, as I observe. I'm not saying that people would not be affected by the overall economic cycle here, and employment and unemployment are the two normal things happening in the job market nowadays. But there are some elements that could probably cushion the influence. Number one, savings. Chinese people have the traditional concept of savings, and although the younger generation is seemingly spending more and saving less, it's still a deeply rooted concept that we need to save money for the use in the future. For kids, they've always got save their red envelopes in the Chinese New Year for future use. It's like a generation to generation practice, and a little bit savings could be a helping hand when someone is laid off and needs some time to look for another job. And number two, family support. The Chinese society is very much different from the US one, as we individuals are somehow interconnected with families, friends, and communities. A sociologist has once made an analogy of rock in the pond to describe how social relationships in Chinese culture are structured around the individual. Just like throwing a stone into a pond, they'll create ripples that spread outwards, with the strongest impact at the center and diminishing strength with distance. Individuals in Chinese societies are at the center of concentric circles of relationships. The closest relationships, like families, are the strongest and most binding, while distant relationships, like acquaintances, are weaker and more flexible. Anyway, once a person faces difficulties such as unemployment and disease, the members within the circles of relationship would always take their actions to help the person to overcome the transition period. Plus, there are some additional support by the social security fund, because everyone has the account and could depend on the social security fund for the transition period. So overall, we are under the same global economic cycle, but for every individual, there might be different scenarios when facing difficulty, and this is to some extent depending on the different sociological backgrounds.